Yousafzai. Mighty words. Malala Yousafzai stood before the crowd. She was small, but she was mighty. When she began to speak, the crowd listened. She spoke with power and humor. She told the crowd about the needs for schools worldwide. She said girls and boys have a right to be educated. A powerful activist. Yousafzai is known for fighting for education. In fact, she was shot because of her work. Yousafzai grew up in Pakistan. A group called the Taliban was in charge of where she lived. The Taliban said girls couldn't go to school. Yousafzai spoke against the rules. The Taliban sent a gunman to shoot her, but she survived. She still stands up for education. Her own words, "My brothers still call me that annoying bossy sister. As far as I know, I am just a committed and even stubborn person who wants to see every child getting quality education." Fun facts. Speaks 3 languages. Has received more than 40 awards and honors. Her name means grief-stricken. 5 feet 1.5 meters tall. Has an asteroid named after her. Spoke to the United Nations on her 16th birthday. Early life. Yousafzai was born July 12, 1997. When she was born, her parents cheered, but the neighbors did not. At that time, most parents in Pakistan thought girls were not important. Yousafzai's parents did not agree. They were happy with her birth. Pakistan by the numbers. 45.8% of women can read and write. 67.39 number of years an average Pakistani lives. 6 number of major languages spoken. 199,085,847 number of people who live there. 307,374 square miles. 796,095 square kilometers. Country size. Going to school. Yousafzai grew up in a place called Swat Valley. Most girls in Swat didn't go to school. Yousafzai's father thought this was wrong. He opened a school for both boys and girls. Yousafzai and her 2 brothers went to school there. Yousafzai was a great student. The blog. When Yousafzai was 10, her life changed. The Taliban moved to the Swat Valley. They used guns to make people follow their rules. They blew up schools that allowed girls. In 2009, Yousafzai began to write a blog. She wrote about how girls should be able to go to school. The blog quickly became popular. Yousafzai used a different name on the blog. She called herself Gul Makai. Big changes. The Taliban grew stronger. The Pakistani army fought the Taliban. The fighting was terrible. In May 2009, the Yousafzais had to leave Swat Valley. Many others left too. 3 months later, the Yousafzais returned home. They were happy to be back, but the Taliban was still a problem. Yousafzai began to give speeches. She spoke out against the Taliban. She pushed for more girls' schools. The shooting. On October 9, 2012, Yousafzai sat on a school bus. She talked with friends, a man. As she talked with friends, A man stopped the bus. He said, "Who is Malala?" None of the girls spoke, but some looked at Yousafzai. The man pointed a gun and shot her in the head. She was hurt badly. Yousafzai's brain swelled. Doctors didn't know if she would be alive, but after many months she healed, and she was ready to speak out again. 2 other girls were also shot. However, they were not as badly hurt. Yousafzai today. News of the shooting spread around the world. Yousafzai became famous. People call her the girl who fought for the right to learn. In 2013, she spoke at the United Nations. In her speech, she spoke off the Taliban. Her own words. They thought that the bullet would silence us, but they failed. Nobel Peace Prize. Yousafzai received the Nobel Peace Prize in 2014. The prize honors people who work for peace. She is the youngest person to receive it. In the spotlight, Yousafzai continues to bring education to all children. She opened a school in Syria. She also formed the Malala Fund. This group raises money to improve education for girls. No one can doubt Yousafzai is a powerful voice. She is likely to stay in the spotlight for many years, telling her story. The movie He Named Me Malala, released in 2015, gives speeches around the world. She wrote a book called I Am Malala.